All right, the eighth commandment. The eighth commandment is to love with the God over the other nation, that include the soul, common soul of the man, which takes under the wings of the separate themselves of the other, the officers, impure side of the dwell near, as written, let their earth be green with the living the soul after this kind. Man and female of God are called the common soul. She does not distance from it, even though the proper distance from her is said. Whether you are banished or from the common soul, will be with you, and it abides them in their purity. The God forever called the dweller, and the female also called the common soul. Revelation of the Creator of the man, the common soul, soul and common soul, the soul of common in the soul of man and man world of asphalt is possible only by face to face with the union of the heaven and the greater God and the greater bigger of the picture. This is because the light of the greater union, the marriage is greater that reveals until even the most remote concealed place is the most opposite undirect desires. However, the creation of the bigger side of the heaven occurs gradually. The first parts of the heaven over the small size created, but the light of the body only the does for the growth, the reach of the big side, large, the bigger picture. More of the process takes between each side of the heaven, for even more than heaven of the bigger picture of the marriage of the receiving the light of wisdom and the light of the from the previous state of the small size does not disappear. Facilitates the marriage of the big size, and the lights of the small size would call the wings of the soul, uncommon soul. Hence it is written in the Torah, and the cherubim will spread over their wings with a screen to cover the wings. Therefore, the main thing with it is to cover the light of the greater marriage with the wings, so that even the more distant ones would receive the light as the same time to keep it out of the reach of the impure forces. This is because we have yet to completely purify the egotistic desires, reject the light, fear of the light may fall with the impure force, but the wire wings regard with the light with so vigilantly that even the closest ones will not air the light through the impure force and through the outsider. One decided to join the people to correct its egotistic desires, make the altruistic, and then become circumcised, reject the egotistic desires for this body collection of the desires, still retain the property of Orla, the ancestor of the spiritual state, but it did not stand with the foot of the mountain Sion, did not receive the light and called the Torah, were not corrected by it, and have not yet rid themselves of the serpent's impurity. Have they neither revealed impure egotistic desires with them not recognized from them as evil? Nevertheless, all the other altruistic desires have been power to elevate the level of supernal mature purity. Right, this occurred with the raising man, prayed for the man, invoking the common union of God, and wherever the wings of the common soul rule with covering the light of the union, which evaluate the outsiders and as yet uncorrected desire to level and sanctify the light of the union. Although the soul is not completely pure, to receive the light from the union which protects it and does not allow the light to be in pure force of desire, even though they were close to it, and it was said under the wings of the common soul, for the soul can receive light only with the wings of man's common soul, receive only the small outlet of the light of man. There is no light in the body of the man or common soul, or her common soul lady, the common soul as herself, let alone the God who creates the shonen soul, the Creator's soul, rather than merely the lights of wisdom of soul, wings of soul. Heart, the outer soul of the egotistic desires can be corrected with the made altruistic only with the union with the only light protected with the wings of light of the common soul. This and the altruistic desire first made the raised prayer of the union, receive the light of our soul, the desire corrected by the screen. Then the common soul spreads their wings and protects the union with coupling with the outsider soul under it. This follows the initial wheel of the late outsider's help with the help of the other praise. Then the common soul takes it under wings. One might say after the soul of the Halya exists the Israel ready for the anything that is specified after the kingdom refers to both Israel to any outsider like passage between them. Same exists in the land called Halya under the wings. Alright, hence, here the Zohar tells that although the new soul corrected the property of the outsider, received the light with the like of the property of the Israel, Israel received the inner light, where the outer received from the outer. The already mentioned the wings designate the light of the body, received during the union before the previous of the small side of the cover, the light of the greater union. The body includes the lights of the 6 lights of the human, also called the chambers in which one abide with the sitting of the body. Small size outside the opposite standing which the big side. The separates of the Nephahiyad Yasat are called passages, entries of the chamber. Impossible to sit there and only with the rule to allow those to those chambers. This reason lying the prophet Tiferet this light of the first three heavens. Tiferet middle line with the soul with the reception of the light of mercy with the main the separate light of the Nishad constitute the middle line and the contain the property of the receiving the soul, you the passing of the light of the man, the creating of the returning light, and hence the NHML, the NHY entrance called entrance. The passages are called entrances. Okay. After the outsider purify the egotistic desires, 70 nations of the world, 70 ego property of the charter of the chambers. Over the wings and passage of the passage of the work of the chambers. The right wing of the man, the two passages were split in the wing in two, so that it led to the two nations along close to Israel. Under the left wing, the two additional passages of the Aman and Movah, and they are called the souls of Hiyah, or the spirit of holy. Or perceivably, the Zohar mentioned that there are many entrance passages, yet not only two. The most speak with the general. There are two entrances of the nation below the right line. The two entrances of the nation belong in the left line. There are two nations that all of the right line. The Chal and the nation of the right side. Of the two nations of the left line, which include the nation of the left side. The nation of the right side refer to the two general paths of the right wing, and the Zohar does not reveal the nations as the nations left side, generally called the Aman and Movah. The two passages of the left wing are meant for them. The sole outsider of the common nation of the collective belief of the Nefashah, the spirit of the holy, for they receive only the union of the great of heaven when the heaven are in the vision, and man is called the Nefashah Hejah, or the receiver of the holy of holies, for she is the receiver of the holy vision, and says the souls outsider receive from the wings of the Nefesh Hejah the name that received light. Alright, each wing contains multitude of closed chambers. The hall from them, the spirits emerge, divided among the outside of the souls of the holy. But after this kind, they are all come under the wings of the common soul, no further. Each wing of the body called passage and chamber to each of the nation of the chamber of the top three separates of the chambers are in the passages. Each room received the nefesh. And the passages, the Rashah, and the chamber, the chambers are clothed, and the upper heaven, the body of the light of mercy and light of wisdom, hence they are called closed. Alright, each wing of the, alright, however the soul of the Israel stand with the body of the tree of God, therefore the soul flies out of the land, man, and therefore Israel drawing a man is sustained within her womb, nothing in the wings outside of the body, moreover the outside of no part of the holy trees, especially now as the body referred to only the wings of man, and of other, outside of the place of the under the wings, and the spirit of the soul, no further the righteous among the outside, refer to the outside of the inner, and it was written, the light of the earth to bring in the living soul, and after this kind all the receiving the mesh of the Hayat, or according to this kind. Our heaven is referred to as the tree of life, and the block is called the land of life. For this life, or this is the big state, and both ascend for the clothing of light, and with the or the light of life. Therefore, say that the soul of Israel stemmed from the body of the tree, being God above Himself. God Himself. This is the soul from the tree of the fly of the life of the lifeland, land of life, resulting in marriage between the tree and the land. The heaven of the souls of Israel into the women in Israel receive the souls from her, and opposed to the outside blue receive their souls with the wing of the man. But the man there herself not from the God or from heaven passed by the man. The reason for the female for the three parts of him with the clothing one another, including embryo, the nursing, the adulthood, and the gadol. Alright, in the big motion. Parts of Ismail is three of them clothed in the parts of Yanaka, which is termed clothed of the Ilbur or embryo. Israel receives the innermost parts, but the bigger side of the female, hence it is called the darling son. The stem for the inner part of the man does not from her outer part of the wings. women's heaven and man are called womb, for the place where the soul of the Israel conceived the growing. Hence, however, does not refer to the women's heaven, for the two outer parts of it, the embryo and the nursing, and nursing the wings of this common soul of the man. Her, the Zohar, refers to the female of the parts of the big side of the innermost parts of the womb of the man. Alright, this is what words of the prophet refer to. Is Ephraim the darling son unto thee, the child of Dan, with all to speak to him, I and earnestly remember him, until my heart yearns and hear him. I surely have the compassion on him, because the soul of Israel stemmed the inner part of the man. The Zohar says the impure of the man, wombs of the female heaven, sephirots are parts of a bigger size. The female sephirots are two outer parts of ism called wings. The outer desire of the correction have no part of the supernal tree, especially not on its body. Space under the wings of the common soul. No, their further other side stated outside of that come the correct thought themselves. The called the world righteous, for the common side of the called righteous ones that come from the outer wings until they are here. If there is no place of the common soul received from the nefesh, light of heaven, from women for marriage of the man, and heaven with the bigger side of the only they receive the portion of the light called wings. Hence they are said to be under the wings of the common soul, which received accordingly to his properties. All right, the ninth commandment.